It's terrain time.
Really? You can't do it better than that? Is that the best you can do? Really?
Restart it.
Really? We know when we start this off, your phone's going off. Yeah, you give us a half-hearted it's terrain time. That's really how you want to start the show.
It's terrain time.
That was better.
That was better than that. Yeah. Oh. Pause that. Hello, folks. Calls 9 o'clock Sunday night UK time. Yeah, it can mean only one thing. Willow's on the show. How are you, folksicles? Right, we are recovering as a family. We've just got over half term, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the kids are full of sadness because tomorrow is the school day again. It's been so long, hasn't it, darling?
The boy's in a right stink because he can't start the live show because he's going to have a bath.
Yeah, but he needs a bath. He needs brushing down, to be truthful, with yard brushes. He needs a regimental bath, if anything, because he stinks of boy, doesn't he? Yeah, he's been away with school. Yeah, and we did there's your clothes. Came back. You can imagine how many clothes he wore. Boy stuff. Louder, Willow, they're saying. Go on, give us a better one.
It's terrain time.
Ooh, yeah, I think
that was a good one.
I think we've got an intro coming there. Right. I see loads of people talking. The chat is working for once. Way hey. 4 stars on holiday for the week. And saying back to school, yes. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Yeah, Jimmy's saying louder. Loads of people are saying hi. Still trying to 148 in inches. Divide whatever inches it is by 48 then, dude. Yeah? Otis, scales are easy, mate. I've got a video on it. It's in the Talk Terrain playlist.
Dad, it should be...
Mellow and Willow.
No, Mel and Willow equals Mellow.
Mellow.
But it should be Willow and Mel because I'm the star.
I'll tell you what,
So
yeah,
what would
there
that
was
be?
nothing mellow about our
Willow.
daddy-daughter day on Friday.
Willem.
Well.
Well, yeah, it would be well. No, that's not good. Mellow is much better.
Yeah, no, I'm the star of the show. It's well.
Insane's in. Plastic's in. Jez is in. Hello, voice of Kez. Hello, Willow. Hello, folks. It's terrain time. Oh, Kez. See, Jez. I am going to tell Kez because Kez will love it, Jez. But I'm not going to tell anyone else.
Catherine.
No. What you call it? You know, Jez.
Yeah.
You know the leather armor maker. Do you know what film he worked on?
Go on. I know what you're going to say. I know what he's going to... Oh my god!
That's where he
Oh my
spent.
god!
That's where he spent a month.
Oh, you lucky bugger. Oh.
Oh.
Wow. Ace.
Can't say anything because it's Jez's secret, and I think he's under NDA, so I can't say anything. No, he can't be under NDA because he told me. But that's as good as I'm doing. Congrats though, Jez. Congrats, mate. Love stuff like that.
So when are we going bowling?
The Mr. Sheen on the old man's bonce, Willow. Don't you dare. It's bad enough with what you call it. It's bad enough with him, with the boy polishing my head.
He's in the right stink with me.
Because you've sent him for a bath.
I went, Corby went, what?
A real what in a really deep voice. Otis is watching my videos on making fields. Making fields? You mean fields? I know I'm a popular... I'm not going to say a popular guy, but I know like I try to uplift you and that sort of stuff, but I don't think I've made feels.
Feels.
I give you feels, don't I? Chills. With the words, Willow, come brush your hair.
Yeah, or have you brushed your teeth?
Ooh, kids are brushing their teeth. Bruce says he likes my videos. I'm very talented. Well, yeah, Jez is saying exciting times. Can't believe it. Lucky bugger. Lucky,
so lucky.
bugger. Jez, are you an extra in the film or anything like that? Or were you just on set, helping? Now, this is our question and answers phase. We have got about 100 people watching already. I've already got one question. Now, what I do need to do is copy the link out for the doc, post it in the comments so everyone on Twitch and Facebook can jump in as well. Yeah, so we'll throw this on here. Yeah, remember guys, all you need to do to ask a question is jump down below, jump on that link here, go to the Google Doc. You don't need to be logged in. Enter your screen name, choose what platform you're on, so YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and then just enter your question. And we'll be tackling those in about 5-10 minutes. Yeah, we just haven't, we let them build up a bit. So, big shout out to the 5 of you watching on Twitch, the 98 of you watching on YouTube, and 99, and what you call it? Who's watching on Facebook, give us a shout out, because I can see Facebook comments now. I've had an update to my restream. Yeah, so technically it can do Facebook comments, so I'm quite curious. Yeah, Laura Burke is asking, could Willow tell me what makes great terrain for kids?
What's it called again? What's that? What are those little balls? The white balls that go. That come in packaging. Polystyrene.
Yeah. Keep going.
Cutting polystyrene with one of them laser cutter things. I don't know what it's called.
Cutting polystyrene with a laser cutter.
No, not the laser cutter. The
what, with sharks with friggin' laser beams on their heads?
the hot wire.
Oh, the hot wire, not the laser wire. Yeah, and what are you going to do with them?
You shape them.
You shape them, and then what do we do with them?
We're painting.
You don't texture them then?
Yeah, you gotta paint them, then you can texture them.
Then you can texture them, yeah, then you paint them. And then what do you do?
Then you sell them for money.
And you sell them for money. See, she's got this terrain locked down. Down to a T. Nah, just on making... Anyway, working on a Netflix thing at the moment. Got serious imposter syndrome. Haha. Jez. Chuff for you, man. Really chuff for you, mate. I love hearing stuff like that. I won't give out your secret, don't worry, but terrainiacs are one of our own is doing well, you know what I mean? So everyone give Jez a massive sort of shout out and then well done, Jez, even though I can't tell you what he's done. Yeah? It's
well worth a shout out.
Yeah, it's well worth a shout out. And I like celebrating things like this. Recovering from surgery here in Colorado, watching you and having a cuppa. Sounds like a plan, mate. Right, how many questions we got coming in yet? I've got 2 questions so far. Come on, guys. I'm going to need more questions or this show is going to end very quickly and the boy is going to be upset because it's going to be over before he's had his bath.
I'm not shouting him again. He's got a right on with me.
This is why I come on.
Right. Been experimenting with base materials. What do you all use? I'm a big fan of the old sieved ballast. Yeah? What you all working on at the minute? Personally, I'm building 3 D-Day tables. One with a beach, landing, one with bocage, and one with a village. Bitten off more than I can chew, I fear. I know that one well. I know that one. I'm working with small-scale stuff, coastal stuff, and lava stuff. And jungle stuff. Palm trees everywhere.
Yeah, but palm trees are God.
What?
She likes palm trees.
You do like palm trees, don't you?
Like any trees, don't you mean?
Yeah.
Especially willow trees.
Some sand dunes for a friend. Nice. Cat reminding everyone that I will run out of. I will end the show when I run out of questions. So you better start asking your damn questions. If you've got a question for Willow, prefix it. That's not a palm tree.
It's good enough.
Making
Who said my name?
Nobody.
No, someone just said if you were asking a question for Willow.
Right. Quick update on what's going on this month. This month's a crazy month. Ireland, Chicago. What else? Have I got anything else?
No.
No.
What's the one after Chicago Salute?
Salute, we've got, that's April. So we've got a very busy month coming up. A very, very busy month.
You've got more.
Oh! Another tenner to get in Kes to Ireland. Thank you, buddy. I need to update that total. Yeah, Marcus Lamb, thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Jed's saying full trailer soon, then the film is cinema in a bit over a couple of months. Can give a proper shout out then. No worries, Jez. You let me know when it's okay for me to give a shout out and I'll give a massive one.
You would have loved our palm trees last week with snow on them.
Snow on them?
Trees with snow on them. That's different, isn't it?
And you did not tell me about this?
How would I know?
Where are the palm trees?
What?
Where are the palm trees?
Well, I imagine she's in
I
Florida.
think that might be what they're doing.
And if you think about it, they've had that polar vortex in America, so it was very cold, wasn't it? So they got unusual snow, so that's probably why they had palm trees in America.
Are you able to send me one?
No.
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 I think, no.
Okay, which tabletop games do you play? Me personally, I'm a fan of Bolt Action and a few others. I sort of dabble in things as we go along. You're a Blood Bowl player, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Carcassonne,
yeah.
That's a board game.
Still on a tabletop, isn't it?
Ain't got terrain.
I don't really like it.
It would if you made something to go with it.
Alright, we've got 4 questions in.
And they're all from YouTube. And
They are all from YouTube.
None of them are for Willow.
Oh.
I can't even see that writing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and also,
Mel hates palm trees. Do you know what? I'm slowly adapting to
They
them.
wanted to ask me a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm slowly adapting to palm trees. I've done that many of them now that they don't have the same effect anymore, to be perfectly honest.
Wait, so you're going to buy a big balloon one and hang it in your bedroom?
Big blue one.
A big balloon.
Palm
One.
tree.
Yeah.
I don't think Dad wants so he doesn't wake up and thinking he's having nightmares about palm trees.
Do you know, was it who was it who bought me a big palm tree? Was it Westy or Tim?
Yeah, the big inflatable one.
Yeah.
That the kids were battering each other with. Remember that?
Kat's saying, Willow, Google Las Vegas, Nevada. They have had 2 snow events in the last 2 weeks. Wow.
3.
3 snow events in the last 2 weeks.
Weird.
We've all had 4 sessions in 5 days. See, we don't get snow like that anymore in Britain. We used to, didn't we, when we were kids?
We get it for like a day and then it just stays around for a few days because it's really cold and then it goes. Rains.
Climate change.
Yeah, you're right.
Here we go. That's topical. She's mentioned politics on a stream.
Yeah.
Here we go. Take that back.
We won't even get into that, Will. We won't
don't.
even get into that.
Rewind.
Yeah. Mel, who would win between you and One Mind Syndicate in a game of Bolt Action? Who's One Mind Syndicate?
Me. It's me in disguise.
Are you? Hey, Grawley. When I'm finished on this TV thing, I'm having a couple of weeks off and making terrain for Rangers of the Shadow Deep. Really looking forward to that. That's that new that's that new game that's gone through Kickstarter. Listen, just clarify something for me. Has that got anything to do with mini wargaming? Because I'm sure the guy from Mini Wargaming did a film called Rangers of the Deep, of Shadow Deep or something like that. Okay, if Tanks is considered a 15mm game and they say it's a 1 to 100 scale, how do I convert that to Imperial scale? I need to make terrain for the game and I'm going nuts. The scale it is metric and Imperial. So scale crosses both. Yeah, so 1/100 scale in 15mm is 1/100 scale in inches as well. Okay, so if you want, if your building is 100 inches high, in a 1/100th it would be 1 inch high. Just divide whatever the total number is by 100, mate. Our temp this morning +7. Tonight's temp -10. Jack that. Even in all, I only got 8% battery, and all the brew that think their phones need charging more than mine. Good luck, buddy.
That's like in this house, indeed.
No, the mini wargaming thing is Mordenheim with the Lord of the Rings minis. Is that right? Got you.
Gotta keep this phone call with me.
One Mind Syndicate is a YouTube channel for 40k content. I don't watch it. You know what I mean? Rangers of Shadow Deep is written by the guy who did Frostgrave. Joseph McCullen. McCullen, I think it is.
You are?
I like that game. Oh, right. Let's have a look at the questions. Let's see how many we got, Wills.
There's only one me.
Oh my god, we've got 11. Thank you, guys. And we've got a Twitcher on there as well.
Is there a Willow?
You'll have to watch.
No.
Right, let's head on over to questions. So, that's a game and net TV thing called Rangers. Rangers is by the bloke who did Frostgrave. Right, okay. What, you leaving or something?
Comment monkey.
Comment monkey. Mel, you need to build a 3D Blood Bowl for Stadium. I need to build one for Jace, to be truthful. You can build your own. Right, guys, we are going to tackle the questions. We have 110 watching. As always, yeah, remember, if you do like the stream, links down below how to support it. We're off on our adventures this month, so if you'd like to help with that, anything you donate down below will be gratefully received and help us get there. Right, yes.
When are we going abroad?
What?
When are we going abroad?
When are we going abroad as a family?
Yeah.
In the summer holidays.
Probably end of July, start of August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big off school.
Yeah, because Dad's got this Kickstarter for the book.
Where are we going?
Somewhere hot with a beach. I'm going to take you on a beach holiday for the first time in your life. Okay?
Yeah, because I'm pale as hell.
Yes.
Because she's pale.
Because she's pale as hell.
Dad,
No, because before you grow up, I'd like to sit on a beach with you in the glorious sun and be able to step into the seawater without having the British experience of freezing. Yeah, I like the idea of getting into the water to cool off, not freeze. Oh, did.
Dad, you called me a vampire when we went bowling.
You are a vampire.
I'm pretty sure my skin ain't white.
Who is your favourite Top Gear presenter? Oh, I like May. Right, let's get on with some questions. Okay, first one from Randy on YouTube. Yeah? In your opinion, what's the best use for still water? Ooh, come on, that's getting political there, mate. I'll finish reading the question before we get to that. In your opinion, what's the best use for still water? Also, would it be better to use PVA to install a plastic barrier so I can remove it later, or use regular plastic glue and keep the plastic as a backing? This is for a Stargate in the Anubis model figure, and it'll be vertical instead. Ah, right, got you. Right, I was getting a bit confused there with regards to the backing. So first off, you're asking, what's the best use for still water? Yeah, and still water being, the acrylic water effect solution. You know, the basic stuff that you pour into your ponds, and then as water dries, it shrinks down a little and leaves a clear acrylic layer. Yeah, replicating water. What?
What does Gary mean?
He's talking about you being warm. He's talking about going to Texas in the summertime and you will be very warm. Too warm for us, Gary, but I appreciate it. Yeah, can you imagine how long for Mel to be in the sun before he becomes a lobster? I don't go in the sun. I'm not a sun person, to be truthful. Yeah, I sit in the shade. Also, I'm not good at just sitting and just soaking up sun.
Yeah, you like pushing us in.
Well, I like doing things, you know what I mean? I like being about, but I do want... Would recommend Canary Islands, Fuerteventura. Where did we go?
We went to Tenerife, and then we were supposed to be going to Lanzarote when I was pregnant with Corbin.
Yeah.
We had to cancel it, didn't we? But yeah, Canaries are nice.
Ah, right, okay. Randy's saying, sorry, what's the best brand? If you're talking about the best brand for still water, I would go with... I like Vallejo. Out of all of them, I've tested GW, I've tested Woodland Scenics, and Vallejo was the best. With regards to pouring it down, pouring it out, and then taking it off to make like a warp portal for a Stargate, I wouldn't, mate. I'd do it with resin. The problem is, yeah, acrylic, it's not fully set. Yeah, it can react to the atmosphere. So if you have a particularly humid room or something like that, it could start to sag. Yeah, so I would go with the 2-part epoxy, because at least once that's cured, it's cured. It's done. You know what I mean? Yeah, so don't go for still water. Go for 2-part epoxy if you want to sort of take it out and mount it. You can get silicone molds for cake making. Pour it into that, because you can just demold it straight from that, and then just use the use a raw mix of the 2-part resin before it's cured to glue the bits together and fix them in their circle. So that's how I do it. Yeah, I would avoid the acrylic. Yeah, because like I say, it's not fixed. Yeah, it can still react to the environment. Yeah, and with you wanting to take it as essentially a pond, add it to a Stargate, you don't want the situation where your Stargate starts drooping. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tamsin, do you burn into flames like a vampire? Only when she's angry. Okay, question 2 of 13. This is from Rob. Yeah, he's asking, what will be the name of the book that you are releasing? It's up for debate at the minute, to be truthful. Dave Taylor's looking at something along the lines of terrain essentials. Yeah, because it sort of says what it is. It is about terrain, and it is all the essentials. Yeah. What was mine? What was my description? The terrain tutor's technical tone of terraining techniques for terrainiacs.
No, just don't pick that. No one will be able to.
Thanks for your support.
Welcome.
Right, people are asking when for the book. Kickstarter on the book. It goes live middle of March, finishes the Sunday after Salute, which is the 15th. So I think it runs sort of 15th to 15th. The book will be all written and everything needs to be over to, over to Dave for mid-July. If that's in place, then printing will be going on in September, October, distribution November. Right. Mel, who would win in an argument between Simon Cowell and Gordon Ramsay?
Ramsay.
Oh.
Definitely Ramsay.
No.
No. I think Simon Cowell was put on. Yeah, Ramsay isn't. I reckon that's what you really like.
Yeah, but
Neither. They're both a parrot.
I like Gordon Ramsay. That's neat either way.
Dad, you know that I could hear that,
Biscuit.
right?
They're up themselves.
Want a biscuit? Do you want a biscuit?
No, thank you. Yes, we want autographs. What do you mean you want autographs?
Dad, you're gonna sign every book you give out.
Making miniature worlds. Maybe volume 2. Right, moving on to questions. Oh God, we've got tons. Okay, 3 of 17 from Leslie. What buildings are going to be first for the Burma build? Leslie's asking. That's actually quite interesting because I was thinking about buildings. I've got some Japanese buildings from Sarissa, some MDF kits. And they've got some jungle huts that I could convert up. So I'm thinking I'll have a little play with those. So those are probably going to be the first for my Burma build. And they're probably going to be quite quick because I was looking at those in the studio over the week. So the cursed Melachronicon of Terrainia. Oh yeah. That could. The Janet and John Book of Terrain Making. Right.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. But yeah, I think I've got some Japanese MDF kits that I'm going to convert up for that. So they should work pretty well. He's come down.
He grabbed his brew and then he went back up.
I told you.
Yeah, he's in a straw.
He's not happy with me.
No. Kill both Gordon and Simon and everyone wins. The joy of terrain. JP, calm down, mate. What are you thinking? What's your nice little pencil drawings in that one? Little questionnaire at the back. Right. So Leslie, yeah, that's what's coming. Right, I'll do another quick question. We'll do a quick check on the PayPal. Yeah, because I don't want to miss anyone. Oh, we've got one from Bill here. Yeah, Bill on YouTube. Is there any way to thin polyurethane varnish? Also, has anyone got a shovel? I'm trapped in my house. We're in the middle of a blizzard here and I can't get either my front door or my back door open.
What?
About 16 inches of wind packed heavy snow blocking both of them.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, it's time to dig out the attic, you know what I mean? Are you alright? Genuinely, are you alright? You must be. You're sitting here. You must be lovely and warm. Can you imagine that? My phone's buzzing.
Nobody can come and bother you.
Yeah. I'm not aware of any way of thinning polyurethane varnish, to be perfectly honest. It's not something I've done. I don't know if any of the terrainiacs who might know a bit more about it than me can chip in. Yeah. So we'll have a look at that, but I don't know if you can, to be perfectly honest. It's not something I've ever tried to do. Generally, when I go for polyurethane varnish, it's a protective coat, you know what I mean? Donate if you can, bash like if you can't, or share it. It all helps. 21 questions, they're going quick.
They've all come at once, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone from 11, 12,
Jimmy's
13,
saying white spirits thins varnish.
11, 12, 13, 15.
I'm not sure if that would
17,
what do you call it?
20.
Have an effect. Oddin's saying hello. Hello, buddy.
22 now.
Have you managed to dip your toes into Kill Team at all? I haven't as yet. What you call it? I was in GW. What you call it? We nipped in on Friday, didn't we? It's weird going into my local GW. Yeah, because I don't go into my local GW as a player. It's been years. I mean, I used to go there probably, about before I started the channel, about 5-6 years ago. Because the manager there used to be a mate of mine. And we used to have lock-ins and we used to play Saga on the GW tables whilst ordering Domino Pizza. Unfortunately, he got laid off.
Was that this one or Shrewsbury?
No, that was this one. That was... yeah. I don't like, when we're on live on YouTube.
No, it's just I can't.
But yeah, it was.
I thought that was Shrewsbury.
Yeah, it was, because we used to have the lock-ins, because we used to play Saga
you
with...
used to have lock-ins in Shrewsbury as well.
Don't get him fired as well.
No, I think the lad who you used to do that with, he left, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Can you remember who went? Do you know what I mean?
Do you remember his leavers order?
That's what I'm on about, because he had the massive discounts.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, long before GW changed its business policy, yeah. Jace, hello, buddy. Yeah, just finish off what I was saying, then I'll say properly to Jace. What you call it? Back in the day, GW staff used to get ridiculous discounts, and we got a mate, yeah, our gaming club, and he basically ran the local GW, and he was leaving, yeah, and so he comes to the club and he says, right, I'm leaving, who wants anything on discount, put your orders in. I don't know how big of an order he placed, but for you old Warhammer players, I know in that order, yeah, there was 17 Shaggoths. Yeah, and if you don't know what a Shagroth is, a Shagroth at the time was this huge metal sort of... Oh, thank you, buddy. Enjoy Adepticon. Thank you, Ebonheart. Yeah, what do you call it? It was this huge sort of like dragon sort of weird model, but it cost a fortune because it was metal. And the order, part of his order was 100. I'm not 100. Was 17 of those. Has James got a charger? Oh, Jace is fully recovered. Good. I'll see you down the studio soon, buddy.
Hi, Jace.
Patrick's asking, what is that high-pitched sound? That's the kids' uniforms on a spin, mate. It's school day tomorrow.
I can't stop it yet until...
If you just push the door to...
It's because the dog keeps coming in and out.
Oh. She's getting good. We've been buying you art books, haven't we?
Mhm.
She's getting really good with her illustrations. Right, so I've got PayPal's to check. Yeah, we'll do that very quickly. I've answered Bill's question. I think we've got 25 questions. Guys.
In 28 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to have to...
Well, what time is it now, Dad? Because she does have school in the morning.
Well, we've got another hour for the show.
What time is it now?
It's past, so she can have another 15, maybe 20 minutes tops.
She can have 15 minutes.
Okay, Gary's asking, how would you make sand dunes for 28 mil? I'd probably make them out of out of polystyrene, to be truthful, and sand them smooth. I'd give them what I'd do, and making the actual shape is really easy. You just get your polystyrene, you do your hot wire cut, and you do your sanding, and you get your basic dune shapes. Then I've discovered, and I've been playing with this, give it a coat of Artex. Just slap it all over with a coat of Artex. Yeah? And then come along, okay, spray it with water, and then blast it with a heat gun. Yeah? And as you blast it with a heat gun, it makes the ripply sort of waves you get with sand dunes. It looks mint. I'm still perfecting the technique, so I'm expecting someone to nick this and do a tutorial on it before I manage to publish it, because I'm going to be playing with it for a couple of months. So I shouldn't even really mention it. So I've probably just screwed myself as usual. Sorry. I keep doing this. I keep letting out little tips, and then I'll see someone else has done a tutorial on what I've just said before I've done a tutorial on it. Does not work, that does not. Yeah, but yeah, give it a coat of Artex, spray a water, and give it a blast with a heat gun. You've got to sort of go up from the bottom and sort of like scoop it up. It sort of lifts it up, and then it lets it sort of sag back down, and it runs back down. Yeah?
Odin, £2.
Thank you, Odin.
So yeah, that's how I would do, what you call it, 28 mils. Thank you, buddy. Right. Never stop drawing, Willow. It's good for the soul. Plus, the more you do, the better you get. That's so true, isn't it? And she never stops drawing.
She is.
Have you drawn on the walls yet?
She hasn't better. Actually, no, she can't on one wall. She uses chalk.
Yeah, you use chalk on your chalk wall, don't you? Right.
When will you get me that chalkboard, Dad?
I've got to get you some chalk paint. I thought I got chalk paint in the studio, but I haven't. I've only got...
Paint. We'll get you some, don't worry.
As soon as Dad's money's drops, I'll go watch for it. Right, I think we are... Right, so yeah, we've got everyone who's on screen. So Mark, Ebenhart and Odin, we're all covered. Thank you, guys. Brilliant. I once staff ordered 10 IG Sentinels. They mixed them up at HQ and I only had to pay the metal price instead of the plastic price. Very nice, dude. Jason's saying, doesn't matter if someone else steals the tutorial, because odds are it won't be anywhere near as entertaining as yours. Thanks for the vote of confidence, buddy. I hear what you're saying. Right, oh god, 26 questions. Right, we're on 6 of 26. You lot are making damn sure I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, aren't you? Wow, we've got like 140 something watching. How many people are watching on Facebook? Right, Leslie's saying, as you play ball action, how come we do not see any figures? That's because I keep them at the studio. Yeah, I do actually have a bolt action channel. Yeah, seriously, I've got another YouTube channel for bolt action. We haven't done anything with it because it started off with me, Dave, and John. Yeah, and
Corbin was Japanese, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we started off in it. We only did it for like a couple of months. Yeah, but it's bolt action in the Pacific Theatre. Yeah, and if you Google that, you'll see my chindits on there. Service technician for your household planters. Your dryer needs a new belt and some grease put on the belt tension or pulleys. Thank you, Otis. I'll add it to the daddy list of jobs.
Fine. It's lasted this long. It's fine.
No, because I'm going to have to end up fixing it as usual and putting a new belt.
Nail glue, yeah. False nail glue fixes everything.
No, we're not fixing it with nail glue again.
It fixes everything.
No, not doing it. Hold up, I'll show you in the Discord. What? What Discord? 6 watching on Facebook? Nice. Right, okay, so that's Leslie's question. On to question 7 of 26. Rob's asking, what would be the best company to use for Warhammer 40k other than Citadel? The best, go on, to order your stuff from? Just let me check. I want to make sure I shout out the right person here. One second. Right. I would recommend, if I was going to buy 40k, or in fact when I do buy stuff, okay, I get it from a company called Dice and Decks. Now this is the old War Games UK, Southport. Now this is it's run by a mate of mine called Martin. Okay, and Martin was the guy who commissioned me to make my D-Day board. So my D-Day board is at Dice and Decks. So if you're after any 40k stuff and you don't want to buy from Citadel, personally, I would recommend Dice and Decks. They do a really good discount. They carry all the normal sort of like all the popular lines. Yeah, they ship really quick. And in all honesty, he is a mate of mine. So if I'm going to shout out anyone, I'll shout out a mate. You know what I mean?
Dad.
Oh, that one's good. Getting better. Proud of you, Wills.
Can we check how many questions?
Yeah, we can check. Oh, pardon me.
Purple one.
Gamma Crusade Discord. We are Warhammer people. We also like popcorn. Oh, Sean Bean's series Sharp. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Still can't believe they killed him in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, we're catching up on Game of Thrones at the minute.
No!
How
Yeah.
many times now have I watched Ned Stark die?
We always skip the first season though, so you haven't. You've watched him die once.
No, because it was on the beginning, the sort of intro bit to the first one.
They never actually show him losing his head, because if they actually show Ned Stark on the film, they have to pay him royalties for the episode.
It's completely different.
So all you ever see is the scene, and all you ever see is the sword. You never actually see Ned Stark keep losing his head.
His head ends up on a pole.
Yeah, but it ain't actually him. So he ain't acting in it, so they don't have to pay him royalties for the episode.
Still
Yeah.
can't believe he's dead.
Yeah, but it's not surprising the most famous star dies in the end of the first season.
It's completely different than the
Yeah.
books.
Although, why they couldn't bring him back.
I know, it's got magic in it, you never know. His head might be reattached at some point.
Don't believe it. Mel's D-Day board is in Cheshire somewhere. It was really made by Cheshire Mel. I haven't heard anything about Cheshire Mel for ages, have we? I think after we started looking for him, he's gone underground. Right. Go back to Rob's question. If I'm looking for a recommendation to where you buy your toys and stuff online, I recommend Dyson Decks. Great service, good discount, fast shipping, and also, to be perfectly honest, Martin's a mate of mine. We've got 29 questions now, Wills.
You what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've put it down.
And friends of General Haig. Here we go. This isn't going to be good. Just built my first teddy bear fur terrain. Yeah, 10 foot by 7 for salute. Very nice. Any thoughts on long-term storage? Fold or roll? Roll around a cardboard tube, mate. Yeah. Always best if you roll around a cardboard tube. Also, when you actually roll it up, lay the mat out. Okay. Put a cotton sheet over the top of it, and then roll it with the cotton sheet on top. You can get this weird situation where you get the dyes that can and glues and sort of stuff, depending on what you've done on your fur mat. Yeah. In storage, they can reactivate a little, and they can stick to the bottom of the other one. And then what happens is, when you unroll it, you rip the bits off, I've discovered. Yeah, I've got quite... You know I'm doing the long-term testing on the acrylic sheets and stuff like that, so I've experienced this. And what I find is, if you put a cotton sheet over it, I suppose you could use plastic. Plastic might be better. I've been using a cotton sheet, and when it's got stuck, what I've done is I've just dropped a little bit of water on it to sort of reactivate it and slowly peel it off. Yeah, but I imagine a plastic sheet would be better. But yeah, if you're doing any long-term storage, wrap it around a cardboard sort of like, big tube, yeah, like it came on, if you know what I mean. And at the same time, cover it over before you roll it up, so that any glues, paints, that sort of stuff that you put on the surface doesn't adhere to the other side when it's rolled up. Other than that, you should be absolutely fine. Yeah, don't use them to hit your kids. In sport, obviously. Yeah, but...
Did you see her face?
Hey, Tanya. My graphical girl in the house and my graphical girl in the house. Tanya's on.
The lady who made the cartoon pictures of Dad and you.
Is there a teddy bear mat tutorial? There isn't as yet, because I'm still at... The thing with my stuff is, I don't suddenly jump on something and say, oh right, I've heard of something, I'm going to do a tutorial on it. All my tutorials are based on the fact that when I do something, I'm experienced with it, I understand it, I've made mistakes, I understand how to fix those mistakes, so I can give you the full information. The reason being is that we have way too many tutorials to cover, and I don't think I'm going to cover them all in my lifetime, to be perfectly honest.
You're always learning as well, aren't
Yeah.
you?
So I tend to make sure that if I do a tutorial on something, I pretty much nail it, done and dusted, as good as I can get it, and then I don't have to revisit that for at least 5 years, you know what I mean? Game of Thrones is too violent. I stick with Fawlty Towers and Benny Hill. I saw the Fawlty Towers episode with the gnome. Where are you going with that gnome?
I don't remember that one.
Okay, Tom's asking, okay, if you're struggling for a question, yeah, or as many as you want, use coffee stirrers in terrain building and the best ways to obtain them. I find the best ways
Send children.
What?
You can send your children to steal them. You can try and butter up the young ladies at the at the Costa Coffees, because I know that's what Warren does from Beasts of War to get his coffee stirrers, because he gets them in big bags. I order them on Amazon, mate.
Or eBay or Amazon. Yeah.
Mainly Amazon. Okay, right. Donald Moose on YouTube is asking, I know questions about palm trees are a little boring, but I'm looking for ideas for how to make it in 3mm, 1/600th. Is that 3mm? Any hint? Same way you'd make them larger, to be truthful. You're looking at plastic leaves, feathering them. I'd probably do the, actually, they're tiny. 3mm, because 3mm it would be 6 foot tall. Average palm tree can go up to 150 foot tall.
You're not asking me to do maths, are you?
Dude, I'm really struggling with that question.
Boy, he's good at maths. Well, do you know the answer?
What is it? What's the question?
I don't. Do you know what, mate? I'd have to think about that. Ask me that one next week. Yeah, because like I say, I can't really think about it. 3mm palm trees. I mean, almost like hairs, aren't they?
How would you make something that small?
The fronds. What would you use for the fronds? I mean, you could use wire and you could wrap wire with tape for the for the actual tree. I think at 3mm you wouldn't even see the growth lines in the tree. It'd be very. At best, you could token paint it on.
You have some with little tiny ones that were bought.
Yeah, but that's.
Is that the smallest you've got?
That's the smallest I've got. Yeah, and that is. What's that? That's probably a.
Dad?
6. No, that's probably a 10mm palm tree. So you're talking about a third of the size of that.
That's tiny.
Yeah, I think you're going to struggle with that one, mate.
Dad?
You pick who gets the Iron Throne. Tyrion.
See Jon Snow?
A tree.
No, he's.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes, though.
I roll my mats and store them in 3-inch
Dad?
plumbing pipe. Yeah.
Someone's made a full Q&A for me. 50 quid!
Wow.
Thanks for the tip towards your travels. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you. What was your question that you were on before?
Yeah, questions. All right. You could use false eyelashes for your palm trees. Jez, that's an idea.
That's a cracking idea.
Yeah. Grawley's saying, Idic Beer YouTube channel is about to do his annual terrain competition. Yeah, shout out for Idic Beer. Make sure you go check him out if you want to join his terrain square competition. He started that when I started YouTube. So he's got, because when he started, I started and I was very poor when I started. And he started this terrain competition.
Wow, you're rich now.
Well, someone's just given me 50 quid, so I'm doing a lot better than I was doing 5 years ago, trust me. Yeah, I'd be lucky if I got a comment, never mind a donation back then. Yeah, but no, watch it. I thought Idic was some sort of student trying to start off this competition, so I donated like £100 paint set. Then I find out he owns a camera shop. I mean, he's minted, he's got staff who work for him and everything, and I'm like, I'm skint, and I've just given you £100 prize.
Well, you still did it out of the goodness of your
I
heart.
did.
So.
Hello.
What you after now? It's because it's bedtime, isn't it? Is it
It
quarter
is.
to? Is that what it is?
It's bang on 1:45.
I knew it. I knew it.
I love you. Say goodnight to YouTube because it's school tomorrow.
Good night.
No, say goodnight properly.
Good night, my family.
My family.
My family.
Say goodnight, terrainiacs.
Good night.
Right, you know you say it's terrain time.
Bye, terrain time.
No, say
It's
bedtime.
Just you
Come
go
on.
stink like your brother.
Go on, you.
Right, Corbin. Step on the landing now, please. Where is she?
She's done one. Right, okay, I'm going to have to compose myself again. Yeah, alright, we're on 29 questions, so I'm on 11 of 29. Andrew's asking, question, is there any old way to strip old primer from minis? Dettol I use. Dettol is a great one. I think isopropyl alcohol works really well as well. Obviously, works better. These things work better on metal models. If you're working on plastic, these things can affect the plastic, so be aware, do tests, that sort of stuff. Okay, everyone's saying good night, Wills.
Good night.
35 more and he dances. Okay.
Right, Corbin, take on the landing.
Yeah, so yeah, with regards to stripping paint from minis and stuff like that, either isopropyl alcohol or Dettol. Those guys in the States use something called Simple Green, but I've never got my hands on it in the past. Yeah, so I can't comment on that one. Love you both!
He's just slat his PlayStation on the landing.
He's just slapped his play. That's because he's gone back on a tech ban and he knows it. Okay, James is asking on YouTube, what's a good hot wire cutter to start with? Alright, there's two ways of approaching this, yeah? My personal favourite for hot wire cutters is the Hot Wire Foam Factory. I like that one. It's got a really good span on it. But you tend to buy into the system, if you know what I mean, with hot wire. If you're looking for just one single one-off tool, then I would recommend the Woodland Scenics one. The cutting span is a lot less on the Woodland Scenics one, but it comes as a self-contained tool one-off, whereas the hot wire Hot Wire Foam Factory one comes as like a charging unit, then various different tools. So if you're just looking at spending 20 quid, getting a cutter and being done, go for the Woodland Scenics. If you want to look at sort of expanding your tools in the future, look at the Hot Wire Foam Factory. Yeah, the other reason I say that is, the Woodland Scenics one, they tend to come better equipped for the UK plug adapter wise, I found, yeah, than the Hot Wire Foam Factory ones. The Hot Wire Foam Factory ones do come with adapters and stuff for the UK, but yeah, they work and all that sort of stuff, but I've never been a great fan of plugging things into plugging things, you know what I mean? Yeah, whereas the Woodland Scenics UK adapter is a UK plug, it goes straight in and plugs straight to the cutter. So I haven't got that multiple junction thing. Yeah. Menno saying, I have a cheap Proxen wire cutter, it does the job. I suppose that's a fair comment. Proxen are supposed to be good. I thought the question was talking about a hands-free cutter. There's only a small clearance cutting wise on a Proxen, and I don't believe a Proxen cutter can cut 2-inch foam at an angle that you can step models on, so you might want a free foam cutter for that, to be truthful. Right, 13 to 29. George, thinking of using liquid latex to cover wire armature tree trunks. Any thoughts or warnings? Yeah, you're going to get problems having paint stick to it afterwards. I wouldn't. Also, liquid latex, it can perish. Yeah, the air, you know, it can get bitty with the air and with UV and that sort of stuff. It's not a stable material as such. So I'd be very cautious about using it, because I think, yeah, I think what you call it, you're going to have problems in the far future, mate. Yeah. Jace, Kez was in front of the camera before. She'll be go for dancing soon. Hey, Kez. Yeah. They're asking how much do you reckon it'll take to get Kez go for dancing?
Let's put it this way: to pay for a Adepticon.
It would pay for a Adepticon.
Right, our Steph says on Facebook, don't forget about us when you're booking your holiday abroad, please. Henry Sarah says, hi guys. Nick Taft.
Oh yeah?
He's from the studios,
yeah.
I'm assuming, yeah. Me. He's just got me. Alex from Storm of Steel Wargaming watching on FB.
Okay, well do guys.
And Jürgen Kinnigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, him as well.
Right.
I think he's posted a picture, but I can't see what it is, it's not showing.
Okay. Luke Towen used liquid latex on his, and I have as well. They come out great. Does he really? I'll have to hit Luke and ask him what the long term. You see, Mike, I've never used it on armatures of trees, so I'll be honest there. Yeah, I have used liquid latex to make to make molds and stuff like that, and then I've had molds that have perished and have been affected by the environment, which is why I'd be concerned of using it as a material. But I mean, if people are saying, yeah, it does work, then give it a go, guys. I mean, Luke Towen knows what he's doing, so. George is saying, hello from Chicago, Illinois. Hello, I'll be visiting you soon, George. Right, 30 questions. 14, Steve Hill. Okay. Have you ever used rubberized horsehair for modelling your plant life? Oh, God, yeah. Vulcanized horsehair, but it isn't horsehair, it's coconut fibre nowadays. They don't use horsehair. It's actually quite rare to get. I used to buy it from Antonosity's workshop, but I don't know if they still sell it. I heard off someone that they would. They do, so they might still be around. I do use it. It's great for bushes, for scrubs and stuff like that. Give it a spray of a real nice dark brown or a dark green. Spray it with a spray adhesive, and then just dip it in flock, and it looks great. So yes, I do use vulcanized horsehair, rubberized coconut fibre. Okay. What kind of right? I need to stop. I've got 31 questions now. There's no form available on Twitch for the questions. I need to update Twitch, to be truthful. I'll get on that this week. Right. Scale. In 1/100th, 1/8 of an inch is equal to 1 foot. Is it? Okay. I don't know. I'm not sitting down. That's proper maths. I am not getting a piece of paper and working out if that's correct. I'll leave that to my smarter terrainiacs. Right. Next question. Cool dudes. Oh, Tanya's thrown in 20 towards Watch Us Super Chat. Thank you, Tanya. Mel, Flames of War or Bolt Action? Bolt Action. Yeah. Cool dude. 0023. What are some projects for beginners? If you're going to beginner projects, I always recommend CD terrain. Not CD terrain. I'm not talking about making like a brothel or, you know, something like that. Yeah. I'm talking about CDs, you know, the compact discs. If you go to my Let's Make playlist, there's a tutorial in there, and it's just the very basics on using CDs and some simple scenic elements to make some small scatter bases. They work really well, yeah, but above all, it works. They teach you all the core techniques for moving on with the rest of the tutorial. So I always recommend first build project, assuming you're doing greenfield stuff, yeah, is CD scatter bases. People are working out how much for dancing. Guys, I'm in my PJs. Okay, Rob's back. Willow, have you jumped off a diving board? She hasn't yet. The kids have never been on a summer. Well, Corbyn's been abroad, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've never had a family holiday abroad. We've always holidayed in England. Mainly because when they were younger, yeah, we didn't take them because our kids had health concerns. Corbin was very premature, and Willow had meningitis and that sort of stuff. And by the time they got old enough for us to feel confident about taking them abroad, yeah, well, we weren't in a financial position or a life position. I was starting the terrain tutor. Kez was starting university. And we've literally, I mean, assuming this Kickstarter does well, it'll be the first time in our lives we've had the sort of disposable cash for a really good family holiday. So the kids have never seen a proper sunny beach. They've only holidayed in.
We've got to do it for a week because you can't be away for too long, can you?
Yeah, I can only go for a week. Yeah. Where were we thinking?
We were thinking either somewhere like Italy.
Italy or
like Bulgaria, or that sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, we're thinking. So if there's any terrainiacs who'd like a little meet up on the beach, yeah, and perhaps take us out one evening, or actually perhaps that'd be a good way of seeing the sites. Actually get one of the local terrainiacs to take us rather than.
Love archaeology, I do. Love archaeology.
Well,
Then again, you with all your
yeah, well, I mean, listen, when we go, I mean, obviously I'm on a family holiday, but I've got no problem with taking a day out, and if one or two terrainiacs want to take us on a tour around wherever we are and show us the sites, as a family, that would be great, guys. A bit like my my Belgium guys, Sander and and Menno and going to take me out and keep me company on my flight back from Adepticon when I've got an entire day over in Brussels. I'm still wondering who's going to take care of me in Adepticon. I mean, look at me, I'm a grown man. Am I 43 or 4? I'm 43 and I need taking care of on trips. It's like when you go out with school, isn't it? And you see the little kids and they're walking down the road and they're holding hands with each other because they've got a trip partner. Oh my life. Croatia is wonderful for a cheap beach holiday. I'll tell you what, Marcus, we have been talking about Poland.
You can hire the whole place. Right, hang on.
Okay, right. Apparently, yeah, we can hire that castle in Italy.
I didn't say it was Italy. I don't know where it is. I just saw the thing and it was like...
I've read that one already. It's Italy.
Is it Italy?
Yeah, and it's supposed to be really cheap to hire it.
Castle in the sky, isn't it?
Melkon on Italy. Right, okay. So, no, Willow has not jumped off a diving board. Our kids haven't had a proper summer holiday. So we are. Mel, think about Gibraltar for a holiday. Everyone speaks in English. You buy in pounds. And it's in the Med. Do you know what? Assuming that we still own it in another month or so, that's not a bad idea. Never been, Jib. Got plenty of mates who've been there. One of my mates was head of training there. Because it's a garrison, isn't it? Or we could go up to Gibraltar Rock.
Got the monkeys there, hasn't it?
Yeah. 44 this time, Mel. Calm down, Jace.
Oh yeah, I am before him.
I need you to email me the hotel info so I can be a welcome to a US package waiting for you. It shouldn't be a problem, but I should be staying at the official Adepticon hotel, which is the Renaissance, I think it is. How much will the terrain book cost? I'm not even sure yet, Jess, to be perfectly honest. All those sort of details I'm still nailing out with Dave. It's going to be a big book, so I imagine it's going to be in the 25-30 mark, to be perfectly honest. Because at the same time, it's from a commercial point of view. Yeah, I'm also looking at, after the Kickstarter, I'm going to be selling this book through the channel and that sort of stuff. So it's ongoing revenues as well. So it's kind of a bit like a pension scheme for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, you know when you're getting old, when you can't remember exactly how old you are. Yeah, I know, mate, I know. I was in Greece a few years ago. Hotels were very cheap. Went to Malta. Love Malta.
I like Greece.
Yeah, Malta. The only thing that got me though is Malta doesn't have sandy beaches.
Is it more pebbly?
Yeah, because of the water around it. It never developed sand, so it's all gravel beaches. Right, question 18. Okay, Rob's asking what will be the Kickstarter's main goal? To get a book out there. That's what I'm seeing it as. The basic funded is for me to complete a 96-page softback book. Yeah, which is, if it funds, I will have a book, it will go to print. If it hits all the stretch goals and all that sort of stuff, it will be a 156-page hardback book. Okay? 25 to 30 is okay. Yeah, I don't really want to go over that mark. You know what I mean? I've had a look at a lot of books and that sort of stuff, but it's my intention to make sure that the book is well worth that. I mean, you know how I roll, so...
It will be, whatever it is, it will be worth it. You won't charge more than...
Well, yeah, you know me. I mean, I struggle pricing up commissions. Come on, me trying to price up a book. Okay, Tim's asking on YouTube. I want to build a sci-fi pod that would have a human figure in it. A circular glass / plastic sort of thing with a liquid in it. The kicker is I want to have bubbles in it. And I want to control how big they are. How do I do that? Right, what you're going to need is you're going to need something like Glasscast 50. Yeah, that's a deep pour epoxy resin. Yeah, you might, depending on how big your character is and how big your pod is, you might have to do this in multiple pours. Don't worry about the tide lines, the way marks. Yeah, they'll disappear with Glasscast 50. You don't get them from multiple pours. And then what you do is you pour it, you wait till it's almost set, and then you get a hypodermic. Yeah, you go in and you inject air into it. Yeah, and create the bubbles in it where you want them as it's almost set. Yeah, leave it to set, put another pour on top, go in with your hypodermic, put the bubbles where you want them. Yeah, and that will work perfectly well. That's the best ways of putting bubbles into a water solution, dude. Prince Philip was stationed in Malta during the war. Yeah, I know, I saw where he stayed. Very nice, big 4-poster bed. I went to Malta on an environmental science field trip. And Malta, yeah, they have an army. Yeah, and they had a garrison. And it's quite weird because we were walking by this base doing this tourist thing in... Was it Valencia? One of them. Yeah. And they've got these big sort of like proper military guns sort of facing out to the sea. And I was like, oh, yeah, what's that? I want a better look at that. And I just thought, well, if I just jump up a little bit on that wall and just lift myself up, I'll get a better view. So what I did was, I sort of gave myself, I mean, it was only about 5 foot high, and I'm 6 foot, well no, it was about 6 foot high, because I couldn't see the top of it. Yeah, but it was only 6 foot high, so I thought I just sort of run up to this wall, and I jumped up, and I lifted myself up, and I put my arms down like that, because it's a big thick wall, you know, old Malta stone. Yeah, big thick wall. And I jumped up, and I landed like this, and I'm looking at it. Then I looked down at the wall, and running along the wall, yeah, is one of those, like, rubber ropes, yeah, that they run across cars. You know, the ones where they're hollow inside, so if you press down on them, yeah, it sort of clicks a sensor off somewhere. And both my arms are resting across this thing as I'm looking literally straight into this camp at these guns and stuff like this. And this bloke just walks out of this door, looks me straight in the eye, and goes, sort of thing. I'm like, oh! Almost got myself in trouble for that one. Right, anyway, going back to Tim, yes, a good thick 2-part epoxy resin, let it set, inject the air bubbles into it, mate. Just to go back to that question. Right, I've got 32 questions. I'm 2/3 of the way through. I've switched the questions off now. Yeah, otherwise we're not going to get through it. Right. If I can nail these, I'll reopen the questions again. Yeah. Okay, Rob's here with, what Warhammer 40k army do you like the look of? Oh, Willow. Willow play... What does Willow... Willow doesn't play 40k. Corbin plays Orcs, but Willow never...
40k, but
well, no, Willow never adopted it.
Willow's the Dungeons and Dragons game. She likes to be the warriors, doesn't she?
Yeah, Willow's more of a Dungeons and Dragons sort of person. Willow likes her fantasy stuff, you know what I mean? Corbin likes his Orcs. Yeah, chibis, yeah. Willow loves chibis. She's learning to draw them at the minute. Dr. Martin, brilliant. Brilliant show. Okay, 4-star is asking, how does Kickstarter work? How much will the book cost? We reckon for the Kickstarter, we are about, I don't know what the dollar rate, but I mean, we're looking at 25 to 30 for the book. Okay, so that's roughly the costings. There will be different pledge levels, ordering multiple books like Dave did with his Kickstarter. Kickstarter works on the basis that I think we need to get a print run, a cost-effective print run. We need to basically have 1,000 copies on pre-order. Yeah, so we're going to essentially need 1,000 backers backing the Kickstarter to make it happen. Yeah, once we get 1,000 backers, we have enough. Yeah, and everyone's pledged enough money for us to do the print run, and the book becomes a reality. Okay. Ebonheart, do you think it would work to make flexible roads and streams by making a standard acrylic mat and sculpting them in and cutting them into strips when it's finished and cured? Will that stop the edge curling? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you what I could do. I've got a couple of test strips in the studio that have been sitting for about 6 months, so they should be fully cured. I'll cut some strips out of those and see how they react now they're cured. Okay? But I'm not sure if it'll stop the edge curling. I generally find to stop the edge curling, just give the base a coat of PVA. It stiffens up the edges and it works fine. Space Wolves all the way. There's a lot of people saying they're in for the book, and fingers crossed the Kickstarter will go well. Yeah? With your help, I'm going to need you lot really sharing it everywhere, because this is like my one chance. It's also my one chance again, a decent holiday for the kids for the next couple of years and all that sort of stuff. So you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not asking everyone to jump in or throw the money in the pot, but if you do like the channel, sharing it to your favourite groups when the Kickstarter goes live would be very appreciated, guys. Okay, Max is is asking a question. Mel, best advice for painting terrain. I understand you made a video on a hill you made that was painted, not flocked, but I'm wanting to model something similar, but it's railroad train set. Painting, I mean, that if you have a look at the stylized wargaming hill, I go through the entire process. That's in the hills playlist, mate. I go through the entire texturing, painting, flocking, clump foliaging, sealing process with that project. Yeah, how to make a stylized wargaming hill. Yeah, in the hills playlist, mate. Do Kickstarter members' names on the book, Mel? Right, with regards to the people's Kickstarter's names in the book, Dave said it'd be really good if we could include, you know, the people who've made the book, yeah, made it possible, you know, the backers' names to be in the book. We had a bit of a creative difference because I was like, right, okay, how many pages do I lose for that? Now, I appreciate you backers might want your name in the book, but I'm looking at this book at like literally how many. I'm gonna ram this thing full. So your names might not be in pages. Yeah, I might put it in the footnotes under the pages. Yeah, because those pages are mine. I mean, we were talking and I'm like, right, okay, so first book, 96 pages, yeah? And Dave's like, yeah. And so I've got 96 pages to write about terrain. And he says, no, you've got 90. He says, I've got 6 for the sort of like index and forewords and all the technical stuff that has to go in every book. I'm like, right, okay. And I said, right, if the Kickstarter does really well and we can expand the book, yeah, because books are expanded in 16-page sheaths. Yeah, and that's how they make books. Yeah, they add these sheaths in at 16 pages. And you can add 16 or half a sheath, 8. And we'll be up in the book in, I think it's in 16s. Yeah, so I think we've got 3 or 4 or 5, 16 upgrades. I'm not 4, I think. 3 or 4. But anyway, the full book has 156. And I said, right, okay, so if we go to 156, I've got 150 pages. He says, well, I'll need a few more. I said, no, Dave, you've got 6 pages. You've got 6 pages if it's 96 pages, and you've got 6 pages if it's 156 pages, because the rest are mine. I mean, I've been like, Dave, how narrow can we make the margins? Because I've got a lot of writing, dude. 995? 996? Okay, what are the numbers about, guys? You're starting to worry. Yeah, Dave's on a live show Tuesday and Thursday if you want to ask him direct. Right, very quickly, I do want to check PayPal to make sure we're not missing anyone. I think we are missing someone. That's Andy. Declomaniacs sent us a couple of nuggets. Thank you, buddy. No message, but it is appreciated, matey. Right, question 24 of 32. Oh, I've done that one. Oh, Till donated. Good luck with the Kickstarter. Thank you, buddy. They're called signatures. Used to work in a printing facility. Are they? The 16-page sort of mini booklets, they're called signatures, are they? I was told they were called sheaths, but put the names in the footer area alongside the page number. Name. This page was brought to you by the backers. I like that. Underneath the page number, this page, and you know, split the backers.
That's a better way to do
across what you call it. So, you know, instead of saying, look, this book was brought by this page, these guys made this page happen.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so,
Separated
because I mean, okay, technically, we'll need 1,000 copies. Yeah, so let's say 1,000 backers. Yeah, if it's 156, that's about, what, 7 people per page?
Although, you need to sort of, what's it, just in case you do get more and you do 100 and whatever pages.
It might be really small writing. Oh, that hurt. Right, it's dancing time, not till the end. Why is Martin counting down from 1,000? We don't dance to the end. Right, okay. Old Nick M. Hello, matey. Long time. Autumn colours and tricks. I want to look like New England fall. How to get morning, airy, subdued European autumn. Right, okay. It's all about your colours here, warm colours. Now, it's not so much about your foliage colours. We recognise that leaves are green, generally. Yeah, but leaf structures, as the leaves fall off, the chlorophyll, yeah, not chloroform, as I normally say, the chlorophyll dies off and it leaves the plant structure, which tends to reflect the reds and the greens. They're all already represented. Jarvis do some wonderful autumn colours, yeah, but I would suggest when you're painting and doing your general painting of your scene and that sort of stuff, start throwing a tiny little bit of orange into all your colours. See, autumn has this really warm light to it. Yeah, it's something about the what you call it. Yeah, but it's not just that. It's also the light you get in autumn because of the sun position and the equator and stuff like that. It's a warmer light. Yeah, that's why it feels colder in the spring and more fresher, because it's kind of opposite and you get a sort of colder light. So if you put a touch of, say, an orange into absolutely all your paints, yeah, even your greys that you're doing your rocks with in your buildings, yeah, it carries across into sort of a warm look, and that will give you that autumn feel far better than just using reds and yellows as your flocking material. Countdown is the number of backers still to find.
There are stars, I'm not kidding.
Thank you.
I keep telling him he's better than he thinks he is, so underestimates himself. Don't be blubbering live on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook.
You glorious bunch of bar stewards. Right, question 26 of 32. Red Green's asking, just seeing say Matchbox or HORC trucks, diggers, trumps and motorbikes, just seeing this cool as hell. Have seen the same. Red Green Eye, I've got no idea what you're saying, but if you're talking about Gaslands and what they're doing with that, yeah, brilliant, mate, brilliant. Oh, shut up, Jace.
What's he saying?
He's calling me a soppy sod.
He knows what you like.
Blame Canada. For games such as Flames of War that use multi-soldier bases, how would you make it more realistic looking, yet playable trench systems in 15mm scale? Ooh. To compromise the actual base. If anything, yeah, I would make custom bases for the trenches. I would probably change the Flames of War base. And if you've not seen Flames of War, this is a bit like... The bases are a bit like this. And what you'll have is you'll have a unit of small... Is it 15mm men on it? That make up the actual unit scattered about. Now that's great because that's essentially a unit that you move around the table. But obviously when you get to trench lines, it gets a bit iffy. I would get the Flames of War and I would look at basically doing strips. Yeah, a bit like that. Just say a bit of it. Yeah, where you could line them up and therefore they could move in the trench. They could stand on the fire steps. I don't think it's an issue of changing the terrain. I think changing the terrain to accommodate bases like that won't work visually. Yeah, I think it's a matter of you'd be better off investing your time in coming up with some custom bases. Yeah, I mean, what I would do is when you make your terrain, make sure you have a lot of harbour areas and reserve areas that you can drop your standard bases in, and then just come up with some simple, thinner bases, strip bases that you can use for when the troops move from the harbour areas or the support trenches into the firing line.
I can beat the boy.
I hear you.
No.
Yeah, its uniform's always like that. No, RC trucks, matchbox or HR scale dumper trucks. Cat, if Kez dances, we make the hat trick.
Mel.
She's taking the piss out of my dance. Menno's here for the dancing.
Do this on camera. Did you say I had to dance?
Robert's in Canada and looking for buildings. Any what do you call it? Any recommendations for Canadian building makers? I don't know about any Canadian suppliers. I know there's a few Americans. Burnt in Design is American. Viv over at Rubbishing It Out, he's what you call it, he's Australian. Oh God, what's Jace posting now? Right. Question 29 of 32. Andrew's asking, not a train question, but a salute question. Okay, I'll take this. Any tips on going to the event? I haven't been in years and wondered if there anything that will help less the load. Take your own food. Yeah. By far. Go watch it. Salute gets really hot nowadays. I've noticed the temperature going up and I have to take breaks every sort of hour or so and get fresh air and cool down. So wear appropriate clothing. If you want goodies, buy them at the start because it gets brutal, to be perfectly honest. Other than that, I mean, the thing is, I've never been to Salute as a punter. Yeah, my experience of Salute is about 15 minutes at the end when I finally finish filming and I can actually go round and maybe run round and buy something. I've never played a game at Salute. I've never really done the retail thing at Salute because, as you know, I do the Salute video. Now, the Salute video pretty much takes about 4 or 5 hours to film. Yeah, by the time that I've gone round, filmed all the tables, gone round, photographed all the tables, filmed the interviews and that sort of stuff, filmed the B-roll footage, as well as meeting the terrainiacs, going out and like cooling down before I melt and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, is Armorcast still going? I didn't know they were still going. Yeah, so I can't really help with being a punter at Salute. But keep an eye out for the really sweaty guy running around like a nutter with a camera. Yeah, that'll be me. Yeah. And when he weakens and buys into Legion. Yeah. I shouldn't have done that. Mistakes were made. Do you remember that? For the last 5 minutes of the last salute, running, literally running around salute, looking for a Legion box. Have a credit card, set your limit and buy at the end when vendors are trying to get rid of stuff so they don't have to put it all away. Yeah, that makes good sense. Mel, for us, those vids are awesome to watch. Keep up the good work. I'll be at Salute doing it again this year, and I'll be doing it at Adepticon this year as well. Going Salute, come find the Fat Cats table for a beer. For the beer? Oh, Ant, I'll come find you. What are you doing this year, Ant? Yeah, Jimmy's saying for Salute, wear comfy clothes, shoes, and take your own food, drink. Yeah. I thought the sweaty guy was me. No, mate, I'll tell you what. I sweat like crazy at Salute because I'm running round. It's non-stop for me. I mean, by the end of the night, by the end of the day, I've lost my voice. Yeah, because of so much talking and that sort of stuff. Manolo, I do not speak Spanish, but I love the works of Mel. Thanks for your videos. I do not speak Spanish, but I love the works of Mel. Okay. I don't speak Spanish either, but I appreciate the comment, buddy. When is Salute? Is Salute the 14th? I think Salute is the 14th of April. It's that weekend. The reason I know is because Dave Taylor's over from America for Salute, and the idea was that our Kickstarter, yeah, ends the Salute weekend. The reason being is, I think it ends the Salute weekend, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But we've planned it so that Dave's actually here, yeah, at my house the Sunday after Salute. And our Kickstarter ends at 10 o'clock at night. So our Kickstarter will technically end on the Sunday nighter with Dave sitting next to me. So we're going to have a bit of an ending party. We're either going to be celebrating or commiserating. But either way, 6th of April for Salute this year. In which case, it's not the Salute weekend. Yeah, Dave's over for a weekend. It's the weekend after Salute that the Kickstarter ends. But we're having a party live on YouTube, the Sunday nighter. And at 10 o'clock, we'll know whether I have to finish writing my book or not. So yes, I fly back from Adepticon on the 2nd, and then on the 6th we've got Salute. Oh, man. Right, what are we on? We're on 23 minutes past. I've got 2 questions left. I'm going to do one quick check of the PayPals in a minute, guys. Yeah, and then we're going to wrap this up. I think we're pretty damn close, aren't we? 1:20... We're pretty damn close. Skyhawk saying, I've watched your wire tree making videos. I was wondering how you would do a weeping willow tree. Oh, weeping willows are really difficult because of the draping. I would make your wire armature and then I'll get fishing twine or something like that. I would then affix that to the wire's armatures so it drapes. I'd then spray those with something, spray adhesive, to stick to to the actual strands and get that hang effect of a weeping willow. Weeping willows are difficult. What?
You know that glue stuff that they use for them trees that you used to have that used to dunk them in with your sticky stuff? Remember what I mean? The stay tacky.
Yeah, you could use stay tacky latex glue.
That would work.
Hobby tack.
On your
dangly. Yeah, that would work as well. You could use a spray adhesive or you could brush that on either way. And Fat Cats cover all sorts of stuff, to be truthful. And they always do good tables. I mean, you have to put up with that ant bloke, of course. Sorry, dude. Okay, my last question of the night. Robert on YouTube. What's the target money amount for the Kickstarter? I think for 1,000 books, I think it was about $45,000. I think. Yeah, I don't have the numbers, okay? Yeah. But I think it's going to be around about that amount.
Wouldn't that make it $45 for the book?
Yeah, but I'm wondering if there's what you call it with setup costs and that sort of stuff, whether Dave's factored in another 5 and rounded it to 50.
But then again, the more you have, the cheaper it'll be, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but we don't get the decent price breaks until we're over 1,000.
Right.
It's really expensive if we don't get under 1,000.
Or over 1,000.
Yeah, if we get under 1,000, it's really expensive.
Yeah.
And once we hit 1,000, we start hitting the price breaks. Yeah, and things start to get a lot cheaper. A glue gun works for a weeping willow. Drag the hot glue downwards to create the droop. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can hear that.
That's what I did on that one I made.
What's Menno saying? Thanks for another live show. Laying in bed here with the flu, but that was entertaining.
Well,
Hey mate, no worries at all. Right. I just need to check everything. We've done a good show, haven't we? Right, we did cover. Yeah, that's. I've done that one. I've done decals. Yeah, we've covered everything. Yeah. There we are. Right, you've got me for. I'll round this show off bang on past. We'll do it properly. Yeah. So you've got me for another 3-4 minutes. Yeah. Any questions? Anything you want to ask? Drink enough tequila and you will speak Spanish. You just didn't know it. Have you heard of the proxy wire? Yeah, I've heard of proxy wire cutters. I don't really use bench cutters that much, to be truthful. Got into terrain building very recently. What do you use to prime things made of extruded polystyrene? Generally, I just coat them with house paints, mate, and that works perfectly fine. Go for dances. Any show where you cry is good. Alright then. I think we're going to have to wrap this out with a go for dance. I don't think we hit the 100 quite. Yeah. 3-4 minutes less. One for the go for dance. Yes, I'm going to go for dance. Don't worry. She's standing there laughing at me. Right. Film thing? What film thing? What do you reckon the best mats are for broken ice on bases? The best mats are for broken ice on bases. I'm not sure what you mean. Best mats. Can you use XPS or plastic sprue melted down with acetone for moulding? It's not how I do it, mate. Time to get ready at work without rushing? Sounds like a plan. Right, one last swipe. Oh, we've had a couple of... Oh, you gits. You're definitely making sure I dance tonight. Yeah, John sent us a £5. Yeah, have a great time in Ireland, mate. Thank you, buddy. John H. And Chris L. has sent us a £5. From Zingbo. Thank you, buddy. Kez was dancing. We saw it.
Saw my butt dancing.
Right.
They go, there's that much happening.
I'm not wearing... I wasn't expecting to go for dance tonight.
Yeah, lift the camera up, mate.
Herbal, sorry, watch it. Thanks for the company. The screen counter is up by watch it tonight, and you've had some PayPal ones. Yeah, we've definitely there, Dent. We're definitely dancing. Yeah. Mel, send the link to Jay sometime. What link? Oh.
And pull the camera up higher. Do backwards.
Okay. Let's do this. I apologise if there's any parents with young children watching. Avert their eyes now. Okay, guys, listen. You guys are absolutely awesome. As is tradition, if we hit 3 fingers, I dance the show out.
3 fingers?
3 figures.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, right. Go for dance. Straight from the caddy shack. Arms to the side. We're going to do a little bit like that, and then the gopher is going to go round like that. To the theme music of Benny Hill. You needed
Willow, didn't you?
Oh, Willow is so much better at that. Oh, can I just say, was that it? You're not making me, mate. You're not making me dance. I can't, not with what I'm wearing. And I'll wear jeans next week, and I'll give you a dance then, okay? All right, let's leave it at that, eh? I'd just like to say thank you for your support, guys. You have been absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's been a brilliant show. I'm a bit sweaty. Yeah, I might. Yeah, this one's going to go straight to unlisted.
Do I say double dance?
Double dance. Dance. Double dance. What's Jez up to? Oh, that's okay. Dirty dancing. I feel unusual. What? Am I missing something? But it's been a while since I've seen that last. I'm not sure if it was good to see it again. Right. I think we're going to watch it. I think we're going to wrap it up now. You know what I mean? I think that's a good idea. Okie dokie, guys. Listen, thank you for an awesome show. Massive shout out to all of you who've stuck with us, done the sort of thing. Yeah, and
helped him to get on his travels.
You're brilliant. You really are. Right, I think the best thing I can say is I'll see you soon. Back in the studio on Thursday. Ice video out on Tuesday. It's on Patreon now if you want it early. And in the meantime, thanks, guys. You lot rock. You're awesome.
Night, guys.
Night, night.
Have a good one.